garage, but this is where I'm keeping them. It's a, I guess, cattle trough, and somebody had given that to us, and it makes a perfect brooder. You can see some of them are kind of adventuring out now. They've mostly been huddled under the brooder plate. They've discovered the food, they know where the water is, and this brooder plate is what keeps them warm, because when chicks are young, you got to keep them warm, and these are a day old. So I'll show you what they're doing right now. They are huddled under there. Hello, chickies. Hey, you're stars now. You're on video, you're gonna be on. So most of the chicks are under what you call a brooder plate. This is where they go to keep warm. It's like a heating plate underneath, and that keeps them warm. But watch what happens when I move it. See, they're all under. Now watch. If I get them moving, come on, girl, go, go, get some water. Now watch where they are. They all come down to get water. It's like they stand in there where they get warm and they forget to drink. But they're already getting bigger, like just in 3 days. It's amazing. Of course, they're gonna go eat too. They're so cute. Hey, hey, cheeky cheekies. Okay, the chicks are 9 days old. Let's see how they are doing. If you go back and look at the other video, you'll see they are quite a bit bigger. They're 3 times as big as they were, because this is all they do. They eat. I have to take the food out at night, or they would eat so much that they would fall over. They wouldn't be able to support themselves. So, yep, but they're all healthy. They're all doing well. I've made a little perch thing for them to jump up on. There was actually one up on it just now. This is the first time I've seen them jump up on it. So this is what it looks like in the morning when I put the feed out for the chicks. I've got to get another feeder because it can't quite accommodate all of them. Especially when one of them or 2 of them get up on the feeder. But it's funny, there's always 3 or 4 running around the edges looking for an opening. And when they find it, they dive in. Man, they go through the feed. I think I might have said this on another video, but you have to take the feed away at night. Otherwise, they just eat and eat and eat until they can't support their weight with their young little legs, or they get heart problems and stuff like that if they eat too much. But they'll just keep eating. Eating and pooping and sleeping. See how much bigger they are now. You can see they're getting quite a bit bigger. Hey there, sorry. Go ahead, get back. Okay, so the Cornish cross meat chickens are now 23 days old, and look at the difference. I want to show you what they do at their morning feeding. They absolutely go crazy. They're waiting all night for this. Pretty cold night last night, but we covered the brooder with blankets, and I put my hand under there before I remove the blankets, and it's pretty warm in there. So they all look nice and healthy and hungry. A little bit different than when they were little balls of fluff. All right, hello everyone. This is day 29 of the chickens' lives. So they're about a little over 4 weeks old. You can see they have really outgrown this brooder that we have them in. That's 21 of them. Got 4 of them in this box right here that Margie's holding. So I'm going to be moving those out to the chicken tractor out in the yard. So it's gonna get cold some of the nights coming up, so I'll have a heat lamp in there for them, but you can see they have really grown quite a bit. So I'm gonna take this box, we'll go out to the chicken tractor. I'm sorry I'm not the best videographer in the world, but try not to bore you at the same time. But this is the chicken tractor. You can see it's got the water in there. We got 2 feeders for them. And this is gonna be their home for the next 4 weeks or so. Come on, y'all come on out of there. Explore your new home. You're the first ones to get to see it. They're a little hesitant, but they, come on, get out there. Got food and everything for you. So that'll be their home. We'll move that around the yard, different places, up that way, then back around. We'll have it go around the garden too. And then in about 4 weeks, we'll butcher them. So wanted to catch up on the meat chickens, the Cornish cross. Got 2 more weeks to butcher date. And I've got the cover off right now. Just wanted you to see the difference in the size, how much bigger they are. They're getting a little crowded in there, but they still got plenty of room to move around, and they love, for some reason, getting over to that side over there. We do have one that's kind of, I think her foot's kind of hurt, so she's not getting up and going to the food really well. So I put her out here, gave her some water with electrolytes, and she was eating steady for about 10 minutes. So hopefully she can get some strength and get that foot will heal on its own, hopefully. We have lost 2. One it was my mistake. If you build one of these things, don't leave this wire loose right here. She got her head stuck in there and ended up strangling to death, so that was sad. Came out this morning and one had died, and that's kind of typical. They say you usually lose somewhere around 10% of your meat chickens. So actually it's 15 to 20%. Anyway, wanted to show you something else here too. The chicken tractor, if you remember, we moved. Hey Smudge, you found yourself a platform, huh? Anyway, we move it, every day. So they eat, they sleep, and they poop. So you can see where we've had it the last few days. That was just the day before yesterday right there. Skipped a little patch just so we could walk through here without stepping on it. But yeah, so I had gone around the end of the clothesline, and you can see the older the spots get, the greener the grass is. So look at that right there, that patch of grass. That's where we had them the first day. Look at the grass next to it. You can literally see the difference. So anyway, got a few things to do outside today. Not a whole lot. Okay, it's morning feeding time. This is day 55 of the Cornish cross. They are far from little balls of fluff that they were 1 day old. And we'll be butchering in 4 days. They are going to be nice size, little over 8 weeks. So 7.5 weeks old when we butcher. So anyway, just wanted to catch you up on it. We have lost 4 of them. I think that's a little higher than typical, but we'll still have plenty of meat. Hello everyone, this is James from Mad River Homestead. It is chicken processing day, and just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what we'll be doing today. Before I do that, just wanted to show you again, right here was the very first day when we had them out in the grass in the chicken tractor. And you can see we went all the way up around the clothesline, came back down here, crossed over. I had them going against here, this side of the garden. You can see as you get farther and farther, there's more poop still in there. Then I took them down here, all the way back. So that'll all be green pretty soon. And they've grown pretty good. They're quite healthy. We bought 25, we ended up with 21. Usually, my understanding is you usually lose about 15 to 20% of them. So anyways, I'll be grabbing the chickens from there and taking them over here where I have everything set up. We don't want them to be right next to all this. So the first thing I'll do is we put them into these cones head first. So it's not like grandma used to do it, just chop the head off on a chopping block. If I put them in there, just cut their neck, they're they expire instantly. Everything goes into those buckets. Then I bring them over here. This is a scalding pot. This is where I'll put them in there for 45 seconds to a minute. And then from there, I'll bring them over to this chicken plucker. The chicken plucker, I'll turn it on. What it'll do is it'll rotate those chickens around so it'll knock all the feathers off. I might show you what that looks like in a couple minutes. But from there, I'll throw them into this water here. Margie will be right here at this station doing what you call the evisceration. And that's just basically cutting the guts and all that out. Then from there, we'll put, the hearts, livers, and gizzards in those little containers there. And then we'll put them into this water, which is colder than the first water. And basically you're doing a rinsing cycle, and they'll end up into this one, which is the coldest. They'll sit there for a little bit, and then we'll bag them up and they'll go in the freezer. So I'll show you a little bit what that looks like. We won't show that part, but we'll show you the other from there to there. Well, we finished up 21 chickens. We learned some stuff, like we need a bigger plucker. We need to make sure we have the right kind of gloves. What did you decide on finally?
Loofah type gloves.
Loofah type gloves.
Like
Some people would grab
gloves.
it because not all the feathers come out every time, and it's really good for pulling those out. It's also good for getting inside of the chicken and pulling out the guts. We chose not to show all that part. Our first time doing it by ourselves, but we're pretty happy. This is some of them here. You can see these look kind of like what you get from the store when you get a whole chicken. So we're gonna get those covered with ice. We're gonna take a little break, and then we'll come back out and we'll seal them up and get them in the freezer. And we just have still a lot of cleanup to do. The chickens seem to be wanting to help us. There's some chicken feet skin out there. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. God bless you.